us for Workshop 3. Here is our agenda for today. First, we'll review a couple of things, and then we'll get right to the reading tip. Most of our time will be spent on practice time, so we can all try out the reading tip. Then, we'll reflect and talk about some updates. Every child learns to read in a different way, but putting our heads together helps our shared cause, to give kids a reading boost and cultivate a joy of reading. As always, during the workshop, please make sure that you are prepared to listen, that you are present and focused on what's being taught, and that you are not distracted by things going on around you. After the workshop video, make sure if you have any questions that you ask me or your reading teacher or your child's classroom teacher if there's anything you are unsure or confused by. Remember, your child has a reading goal, and we're working together to help your child reach that goal. One way to help your child reach their goal is to practice your child's individualized strategies or their action plan. And we'll have more time to talk about that also if you'd like. But that isn't the only way to practice reading. In class, we talk about lots of things your child can do as they read. I'd like to teach you some of those things. Today, we'll work together to learn a new reading tip and practice it. That way, you'll have new questions that you can ask as you read together this week at home. Think of it as learning to play basketball. Your child's individualized strategy is a drill to help your child shoot three-pointers. But there's more to the game than just three-pointers. There's also dribbling and shooting free throws. In the family workshops, you get drills for some of those other parts of reading, too. All the skills are interrelated. So, as we practice and improve in one area, it will help your child's other skills, too. While I'm helping your child at school, you're helping your child read at home by practicing their individualized strategy, asking your child questions as they read. All of this will give them a reading boost they need. While they are working on their new skills, your child will make some mistakes. We need to reassure them that it's okay. Remember, you're the patient, encouraging, at-home literacy coach and a very important part of this process. Together, we have completed 2 parent workshops, and today is our 3rd one. Thank you for investing your time into helping your child learn to read. We will have our last workshop on Wednesday, May 15th. Remember, you have a reading tip sheet that sums up what we're doing today. If you were unable to come to the workshop, please make sure to ask your child's teacher for the reading tip. Feel free to write anything down you want to remember, like questions or ideas. It's all yours for the taking. You're also going to need books. Make sure you have some within reach. Today we'll learn how to help your child focus on all the sounds and the words, an important part of reading. In order to read an unfamiliar word, we have to read all parts of it. We'll help our children look closely at the first part, the middle part, and then the last part. This may seem intuitive, but beginning readers often skip over and miss some of the letters and sounds in new words. Once we know all the different sounds in the words, we put it together and say it fast. Why? To solve new words and unfamiliar words. Children must have a tool to identify all the sounds in the word. This strategy helps children read all the way through the word. Reading through the word means going through the beginning, the middle, and last part to make sure we clarify, checking the sounds as they go from left to right. Look at the example here. Ker, ah, sh. If I am stuck on any of those parts, I can use the alphabet and keywords to help prompt me through how I can find the sounds. If a child forgets what A says, Let them look at the alphabet. A, apple, ah. Then, when I have all the sounds figured out, I can blend it together and say it fast. Crash, 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 crash. Let's break down how we would go through another word. This may seem like an easy example, but remember this strategy will also work for longer, more complex words. Start by looking at each first letter or letters and move slowly through the word. The first part could be a single letter or something trickier like a digraph or blend or another chunk. When your child begins to read the sentence, it'll sound like this. Ning and her dog like to run under the, and then become stuck on a word. Say to your child, let's read all the way through this word. Start with the first part. What do you see? Your child might see, I see an L. I know L says ul. Now we focus on the middle of the word. This is often a vowel sound. In this example, it's the sound E made by the letters E and A. After you've figured out the first and middle, move to the last sound. Notice there are two here, F and Y. Help your child if there is a sound that they have not mastered yet. Try to move through the beginning, middle, and ending parts quickly so your child doesn't forget what they hear to be able to blend it together. You may have to model going back and putting the sounds together again. But be sure your child then repeats what you do and says each sound separately before putting them back together again. Let's practice this. Ning and her dog like to run under the l, e, f, e, leafy, leafy, leafy trees. It takes a lot of practice and repetition. It can be done with any word where the sounds match the letters. Again, if a sound appears that your child does not know yet, it's okay to teach them that new letter sound and help them blend the word together. Here are questions to help you help your child read through the words. Helping your child look at the letters, say the sounds, and put them all together is one of the most important parts of reading. Here are some questions to help our older students as well. Now it's time for you and your child to practice. Remember what we learned to help your child read through the words, saying each sound and then blending them together into a word. Thank you for joining us today and participating in learning this new reading tip. Please continue to use the tip with your child at home and practice reading every day.